I'm not quite in yet. Oh, there I am.
Oh, okay. I tell you what, let me pause. I don't want to lose anybody. Let me know. Right now I see a blue and a yellow hand. Red, are you on there?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I have to reset there. Okay. That work? I still don't see a red hand.
Just refresh.
Oh, let me refresh. I'll see if, because
it might be on my side that I need to refresh.
Lee, did you go offline?
I don't know what happened, but it's resetting.
Okay.
This happens from time to time. You're back. Still
Okay.
showing me. Okay, I'm gonna refresh my screen. I don't think it'll mess up the game for the rest of you. So give me half a second. Be getting too many people on Tabletopia. Okay, I'm still
That's
not
what we were
seeing.
guessing.
Refresh.
Okay. Who's the red player? Let me get a name to the red player.
It's me, Lolly, and I'm just refreshing to see if that helps.
Got it. Okay, let me know when you're fully in, and then I'll see if I see you. While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and set up my how to show the game stuff up here. Oh, I see you've entered the game. I see a red hand. Yay. All right. Very good.
Oh, good.
Okay, so welcome to Aquatica. First, we're going to do a quick how-to with Tabletopia. And I realize I just stole all the red players' cards. I'll give them back when I'm done, I promise. Okay, so Tabletopia, if you want to move your screen around, you can left-click, and that allows you to move it sort of on an X and Y axis while keeping it flat. But if you want to turn the table, you hold the right click, and that allows you to turn the camera into all crazy patterns or whatever you want. The other things that are important, normally to pick up a component, you're going to click and drag. And then if you need to flip it over, which is a common thing in this game, you hover over it. You don't have to click on it. You just hover and you hit the F button. If you want to rotate a card, like if I have this card here, I can just hit the Q or the E button, and it rotates it 90 degrees every time you hit it. And then the only other major, this is a useful thing. If you want to have things sort of build a deck with each other, you hold the card over it, and the card on the bottom will turn orange. And then when you drop it, it becomes its own little deck, which is important like when you're building your discard pile and such. And then the only other function, and this one's a little tricky, is if you hold the shift key and then click and drag, it allows you to draw a box to select multiple elements at a time. So you just click and drag, and you've got multiple elements. And there we go. So are there any other questions in regards to Tabletopia at this moment?
If they come up, we will inquire.
I will be here. I won't go anywhere, I promise. All right. So if we all want to zoom in, the first thing I'm going to talk about are these 6 character cards. Everybody's going to have them. So if you want to kind of zoom over them. So if you want to see
that's one thing I don't think you mentioned. The space bar will let you zoom in on a card.
Or a double click. I was
We're
actually just about to say that.
Oh, okay, good.
No
Sorry
worries,
about
though.
that.
Please help. Please help. I appreciate the help. All right. So if we start with the Legionnaire, if we double click on it so you can see it fully on your screen. So there are two kinds of, you know what, let me take a step back. The purpose of the game is you are an underwater king, and it has become time to expand your realms, even though the resources of your kingdom, of the lands around your kingdom, are becoming limited. You must get your share first. So the whole game is about collecting prosperity points, which if you look sort of where my cursor is, there's a 0 with 2 little pieces of seaweed next to it. Those are going to be prosperity points. They're the victory points. They're what you have to win the game. So when you get prosperity points, there are 3 ways to get them. You can get them by having cards in your hand at the end of the game. You can get them over here in the middle of the board. There are these locations, and on the bottom corner of the location, they show prosperity points. So if you've got those properly collected and scored, you'll get points for those. And up at the top of the board, there are victory conditions. And the first person to get a selected victory condition gets 8 points. The second person gets 5, and so on. So that's how you get points to win the game. So how do we get to those points is now the big question. So if we go look at the locations real quick, if we look at that first one, at the very top, it has 2 numbers with 2 icons. It has a 4 with a trident next to it and a 4 with a coin next to it. That means this land could be conquered for 4 power, or it could be purchased for 4 gold. So when we come back to now, we can look at the character cards. If we come back to this Legionnaire, his ability is gain 3 power and conquer 1 location. So if we played him, we would be able to grab going from the left, the third, the fourth, and the fifth cards. Any one of those 3, a Legionnaire would be able to conquer for us because they're all 3 or less power to conquer. And then if we do conquer it with that, we would grab them and we would go down to our player board, and I'm going to use the red one for this example. And then you're going to place it up to this first, whoa, there it is. Sorry, it dropped off my screen completely. So we're going to place it so that it's covered up to this first bubble on the side. And I'll explain the bubbles in a moment, but that's how you would conquer a card, and then you add it. You've got 5 slots that you can add it to on your player board. And when it's there, it's not yet worth victory points. So we'll get there, though. The next card is this Blue Waters Agent, and it says recruit 1 character. If we go to the bottom of the player board, there are these 6 characters here. Now, they cost whatever the gold amount is underneath them. So if we just played that Blue Waters Agent and didn't have any other gold coming in, we could only really purchase the grabber. When we do purchase a card, it goes into your hand, and then the rest of these cards slide over, and we immediately refill from the deck. The next character over is the Sea Lord. This one is, he can allow you to buy a location. So you'd gain 1 coin, and then you could spend it on a location. Now, there's only really 1 place currently available that you could spend and purchase for 1 coin, and that's the 3rd card over from the left. The next option is the Scout. Now, this guy is interesting because that Scout action, normally when you play one of these cards, you must do everything you can on that card. The Scout action is the one thing that is optional. And what the Scout action does is it takes all 6 of the locations and it flushes them either into in waiting pile up here of these 4 cards or directly into the discard. If we were to flush right now, these first 2 cards over here would both end up in the discard, and then these 4 cards would go in the in waiting to be discarded pile. And then we would pull 6 new cards from the deck here. So that's what scouting does. That's if you're not finding lands you like, it's a good time to scout. So the wave teller is going to force me to talk about bubbles. So on each of these locations, they have these little bubbles. So I'm going to go ahead and place one here on the red board. And so when the red player does the actions, normally you can do whatever these actions are. So in the case of this first bubble on the card, it says +2 power if you try to conquer a shipwreck location. So if you look in the bottom right corner of each of these locations, there are little icons. The one in the middle here has a shipwreck symbol. So if we had a conquer ability available, like we had placed the Legionnaire or the Seahorse, we could then use this, raise it up, and use that 2 power to help conquer the shipwreck area. And then the next time, if we, on a future turn, were to try to conquer a volcano area, we could use this again. And then it's a shipwreck area again. And then once we've used all 3, that is called fully raised. And that is when this card can be placed in your scoring area. Now you've earned all the points on it. But let's say we don't want to deal with having to get 3 specific lands conquered before we do this. We can take the wave teller, and I can, not flip him into the discard. Okay, we take the wave teller, and he has 2 possible actions. You can either score 2, which is the chest icon, or raise 2, which is the arrow. So if you raise 2, you can either raise 1 card 2, so we could go boom, boom, and now we don't have to worry about those first 2. We only have to deal with the last bubble. Or we could raise this one 1, and if we had another card here, we could raise it 1. You can split those. Now, once it's fully raised, let's say instead we were staring at this scenario where all you could see was the bottom. Forgive my dealing with the card there. If it's fully raised like that, you can now use this scoring icon, and you would then take it from here and drop it into your scoring area. So that's the abilities of the wave teller. Now, there's one other tricky little thing I'm going to tell you about the locations. Some of them have this little manta icon on the bottom. When you fully raise that, meaning it's pushed all the way up and you've got no more bubbles showing, you automatically gain a wild manta. A manta is something that has additional abilities that you can use during your turn. Like if you look off to the right side of the red player, they've got these 4 manta tokens. Well, that would give you an additional manta token. So, so that is how wave teller works. And we're going to take the first several turns very slowly, so don't worry about, I'm giving you a lot of info up front. Okay, so let me put this location back. All right, the last card to be aware of that we each have is this Matrona. So she never leaves your hand, but when you play her, first thing she does is all, and this is the icon for characters, are picked up, meaning all your discarded characters get picked up.
Okay.
Whenever you use a manta's ability, you're supposed to flip it. So if we look over at the manta, we can flip it and it does its thing. Now, what she also does next is she unflips any flipped mantas. And then after that, everything's back in your hands. You've got all your mantas fresh and ready to go. On your next turn, you'll be able to play something and do something more. You'll have more options on your next turn. So those are the character cards. There are more to be purchased along the bottom of the board. Let's talk about the Manta tokens. Everybody's roughly the same. So the Manta tokens, you have 4 different abilities on your normal Manta tokens. You have the ability, by flipping this one, you raise one of your locations 1 bubble. If you flip this one, you gain 1 additional power that you can use when conquering a location. This one gets you 1 additional gold when buying a location or a character. And this one's special because it's unique to just this player. When conquering a land, a location with a shark fin on it, this one is worth 2 power. And each of you has a different color. The blue, I believe, has the shipwrecks. The green has the ruins. And the yellow has the volcanoes. So, going to the board, we have the character area. Then we have the locations area. And then we go up to the top here. And I talked about these a bit before, but I want to get you the details on how they work. So this first one says up here in the upper left of the board, it says when you have a hand of 8 characters, you can choose to place one of your personal Manta supply here. Now be aware, when you place the personal Manta, you don't get to use it in future turns. So it's kind of, yes, you want to be first to get there to get the most points out of this, but you also don't want to do it so early that you don't have the mantas to help support your play later. You kind of have to make that call. The next one to the right of it, this one says if you have 3 cards in your treasure pile, your scored area, then you can choose to place a Manta here. The lower left is if you have 5 locations on your player board, you can place a Manta there. And then the lower right is if you have 2 wild Mantas, you can place a Manta there. So the game ends when either the character deck is empty, the location deck is empty, or one player has a Manta in each of the 4 goal areas up at the top of the board. And then when that happens, we each get 1 last turn to try and make as many points as possible. And then that's the game. So without anything else, the next, I forgot to mention this in teaching you about Tabletopia. If you grab, so each of you has a small deck of 6 cards next to your board. And red, I've spread yours out. But if you want, grab those and you're going to pull them to the bottom of the screen until right when it glows. If you pull them all the way to the bottom of the screen, they'll stop glowing. And when you drop it, when it glows, it will put it into your hand.
Okay, so that's just one at a time?
If you shift and click the box, like if you shift and then make a box around it to highlight the whole deck, you can drag the whole deck in one drop.
Oh, shit.
Now, I have one more gift for you, and we are going to go up to the top of the board, and there's this area marked Kings. Now, let me zoom in. Okay. So for ease of being the first time you've played the game, has anybody played the game before?
I played it at GenCon, not GenCon, BGG last fall, but it, I didn't remember.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just take the role of first player for now and and get everything going. So each of you is going to have a 7th card called a king. And this card works just like your other cards. However, if you want, I will show you first. So the way this works in a normal first time playing game is the card marked number 1 with the crown in the upper right hand goes to the first player. The card marked number 2 goes to the second player, third player, and fourth player. So in the case of this card, Kai the Nimble, that's going to be my king. And he doesn't actually work like the rest of yours. His ability says it's got a little picture of a character with coins with slashes through them. He says at the beginning of the game, I get to just grab one of the 6 options at the bottom of the board. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this sneaky eel and I'm going to put it into my hand. And then technically he goes back into the box. He has no more power for the day. So I'm just going to put him back in the deck here. Now, we're going to go around this clockwise from the green board. So the blue player is going to get Xander the Usurper. So what Xander does is when you play him like a normal character, you're going to raise one location, one bubble up. You're going to return one character from your discard into your hand. You're going to unflip one manta, and you're going to score a card if it's fully raised. So he does a lot of little things. Like he's a good kind of cleaning up the board character. So blue, if you will go ahead and add that card to your hand. Then we've got red is going to get Mara the Shady. I really like Mara the Shady. She's simple. She conquers one shipwreck location for free. So if you look down on the location track here, there is a location with a shipwreck on it. You could just play her and walk away with that location when it's your turn. And it doesn't matter how expensive the location is to grab. So red player, you feel free to go ahead and grab Mara the Shady.
Okay.
And add her into your hand. Okay. And then lastly, we have Sol the Great. So Sol the Great, when played, unflips all mantas that are flipped. He then has the option to scout, which means you can flush all the cards out of the location area and add new ones. And then he can play one character. So you automatically get to play a second card after playing Sol the Great.
Okay.
So yellow, that one is yours. Okay. So at this point, I've given you a ton of information, but unfortunately, this game doesn't really have a step-by-step mode because you can do pretty much anything you want at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just start a play here and get the game going, and I'm going to describe what I'm doing as I do it. So on your turn, you get one main action, and then you get one additional action. Or I'm sorry, you get as many additional actions as you want. So additional actions are these bubbles. They count as additional actions, and your mantas count as additional actions. So to begin with, I think I'm going to play Sneaky Eel. Now he gives me the option to scout, and then I gain 2 coins and can buy 1 location. So in this case, what I'm actually going to do, because I actually want 1 more coin, is I've got this manta here, who, if I flip him, gives me another coin for a total of 3.
You start with no coins, is that correct?
Yes, you always have 0 coins, and any coins you earn during the round get flushed out at the end of your turn. So you can't carry coins over round to round. Give me a second here. I'm just, if you flip the player. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. There was a suggestion on making something a little easier, and it's not working. Hang on. I'm trying to make our cards a little easier to move here, so give me half a second.
Mhm.
On my up here or up here? Okay. I do not have that option. Nope. All right. Thank you. All right. We will just move on. Okay. So what was I doing? I have forgotten my whole turn. Not really. Okay. So I'm the sneaky eel. I've got 3 coins and I was buying something. I think I was buying this guy right here. Okay. So when I go to place him on my board, I'm going to put him to right where I can just see the first bubble. And then I'm going to put the sneaky eel into my discard. I put my manta back over with where he is, but he's face down now. And my turn is over. I do not replenish the locations. So not unless somebody plays a scout action will that happen.
Gotcha.
All right. So the blue player, if you would kindly take your turn.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how you get any of the characters when you have no money and the only thing that you have in your hand that gives you money is a gain 1 and buy a location.
Well, right now
Yeah.
you have a manta that's worth 1 coin.
Right?
So you could either take the grabber for free, or you could take the healer for 1 coin, or you can play ahead. Like, look at this second card here. Its first bubble is plus 2 coins.
Ah, okay.
So if you conquered it, that was the land I was going to buy. Oh well.
Gotcha.
But if you conquered or purchased this land, then when it's your next turn, you could come in and buy it. You could use those coins to buy a character down here if you
Okay.
use your Blue Water's agent to recruit. So.
And when you get a land into your thing, you need to get an ability to have it shift up, right? You just can't shift it up just because.
Right. You need to have whatever action you're taking needs to be able, like the land, if you want to shift it up, it needs to be able to contribute to the action you're taking. So if we're looking at the board real quick up top here, or I'm sorry, in the middle, like let's look at this first card. The first icon is +1 power. Well, if you were trying to conquer something, you could shift that up to give yourself an additional power so that you could conquer one of these other locations.
But you have to have the shift up ability to do that.
You have to have the conquer ability to do that. So for the power, you'd want conquer. For the gold, you'd need a buy action. And then these ones that are special conquers, again, would be a conquer action. So you have 2 characters that can conquer right now. And you have...
No, I was talking about the abilities on the left. The abilities on the left, you need to slide it. Is it a one-time use when it slides, or is it once it's visible, it's available each turn?
So it's a one-time use.
Okay.
And so here, I'm going to bring this down to the blue player's mat if everybody wants to come check it out. We're going to pretend that you earned this a previous round. So right now, it's sitting here on your board, waiting to be used. Now, let's say I really wanted to buy... let's say there was a land up top that I really wanted to buy. So I would play my Sea Lord. He gives me 1 coin and allows me to buy a location. So now I'm in a purchase mode. So now I can slide this up 1. And now I have those 2 coins added to my total. So now I have 3 coins and I can buy a location.
Okay, that answered my question.
Got
Is
it.
when you use it, you slide it.
Yes.
You don't have to do a like there was a one thing on my
Raise
Xander-
action. This
Xander
guy.
that does a slide up. Yeah, I thought you had to have a slide up to use it. Okay.
No, you only do that if you don't like. Let's say you had gotten it here, and so now you're staring at this +2 versus a volcano. Well, if you're never going to take another volcano location, this is useless to you. So then you'd flip and auto slide, and now this is ready for you to score.
Gotcha.
On your next turn.
That's what I was fuzzy on. Okay.
No problem.
When you use it, you slide it. All right.
There you go. But
Okay.
you have to be able to use it. So,
Right.
all right. So you're up with
Yeah, I
whatever
know.
you're
Give me a
motivated to do.
second to decide what to do here. I don't see a way for me to get 3 coins right now to buy that one building, right? There's no way for me to have 3 coins.
Not
Yeah,
for a location purchase yet.
Right.
And if these lands seem too expensive or aren't providing you with what you want, scouting flushes them.
True. I can afford a land, but I'm going to overspend.
That's totally okay. Although, how are you going to overspend?
I can use my Legionnaire to get the 3rd one in.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
My
to
Legionnaire
power.
gives me 3 power, and it only costs 2 power.
Well,
and
you
it
could
doesn't
also
have
use
the best
3
of
power. You also have this for 3 over here if you want.
Right.
Or totally another option. You have this manta here that gives you +1 power.
Right. And then
Spend that manta and hit one of these 2 4s on the end.
yeah. 2 4s? I only see the 1 4.
And over on the right
Oh, on
side.
the other
left
end.
side.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I am going to flip. I'm going to play my Legionnaire.
Okay.
And I'm going to flip over this manta that gives me 1 power.
Right.
And I'm going to get one of those 2. Which one did I say? I think I was going to, I'll get this one on the right here. So
Okay.
grab that. And it goes like that.
Yep. I'm going to nudge it just a little for you.
Okay.
You have room for your other 4 lands that you're going to get to. And then he goes in the discard over there. And it should auto snap when you're in the area. So, all right. Red player, it is your turn.
Okay, I think I will use Mara the Shady. And I will,
Very nice.
wrong one, this one,
This one.
this one, here we are.
Okay, so you'll just take that down here and
Well,
That-
darn, you took mine of my location I wanted.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's what.
help you out a little. So
Okay.
this will actually go right there. And then you can put Mara on the discard pile right here.
Okay, where is the discard pile? That's here?
It's right here where my hand is. Just bring it down a little and it should drop and flip on its own.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that.
Okay,
There
cool.
you go. All right. And that is red's turn. So let's go to yellow. What is yellow's play of the game?
You there, Julie?
Oh, she dropped off of the Zoom.
I heard her getting a phone call, so she
Yeah.
might have.
Might have accidentally knocked herself off. Let me I'm gonna chat her in the game. And As soon as she pops back in on the Zoom, I will add her back in.
While we're waiting for her, can you go over real quick the special ability,
The goals?
yeah, the goals. Thank you.
Okay, so the first one is if you have 8 cards in your hand, then you can choose to immediately spend a manta, one of your mantas up here, and gain those points at the end of the game. The points come at the end of the game. The action to get them, you want to do as soon as you're comfortable enough to do that.
I'm sorry, just to interrupt real quick. Julie just texted me. She's got a personal emergency, so she's apologized. She's going to have to drop. I don't know if she'll be able to come back or not, but she's
all right.
gonna...
Let me see if I can get our other person here to jump into the game. If not, we will just go with 3 players instead of 4.
Okay, she apologizes.
No, totally. Things happen.
John, my son and I are watching together. We'd be happy to purchase a ticket for him and he could jump in.
Oh, it was a false alarm. Julie can still play.
Oh, got it. Okay. Good,
Sorry.
good. All right, we will just.
Sorry about that.
We'll give her a moment to hop back in.
And then you were saying about, you were explaining those goals, and I wasn't really able to focus because I was catching her text.
No, not a problem. Okay, so all right, so the first one is if you have 8 cards in your hand, you can immediately give up one of your mantas to gain points for that. The one with the chest icon is if you have scored 3 locations, meaning you put them on top of your board. The moment you do that, you can choose to add a manta over there. This one is when you have 5 locations in your player board, you can score this one. And then this last one is when you have 2 wild mantas, you can score this one.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
There we go. No problem. No problem. Give Julie a moment to get back with us.
Okay. Sorry, another update. She is out.
Okay.
It's not a false alarm, and she
if you're one of you had an individual who might be interested in playing, if they want to just pop in right now, I have no problem with that.
Oh, that's great. We were gonna, when we signed up, we both wanted to sign up, but there was only 1 ticket left.
Oh,
so.
well,
this works out perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a problem. We'll totally. Are you able to share the Zoom chat with him?
Yeah, I can talk through the same one.
Awesome, no problem. So do you need me to send you the Tabletopia code?
No, but I think I need
to drop the yellow player.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Julie. Okay, so yellow should be available.
Yep, I'm joining in now.
No problem.
A good game to be streaming, huh?
This is how they all go. It's perfect. We love it. Nothing but happiness. I'm just glad we have somebody else to play.
Yeah.
And it was just her turn too, so you didn't miss anything.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Besides, then if he hadn't stepped in, then our marketing director would have had to and kicked all our butts.
So the one question I had, the ones on the bottom here, are these one-time use or how do those work again?
They go into your hand and work like the rest of your characters in your hand.
Okay, perfect.
I don't see the yellow player on. Is it? I see the hand, but I don't see a yellow player on. Is that all set up yet?
I'm in, yeah. Do you not see my hand?
Sometimes like I right click on your color down in the lower left corner. If you right click and then there's an option to leave seat,
Yeah.
leave it and then go back up to the top and click on your color again. For the people who aren't seeing you.
No, I see him now. I see him now.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Let's see.
I'm going to step away for just a minute while he's figuring out, because I know the first
No
turn
worries.
takes a second. Be right back.
No worries.
I think I'm going to take this healer.
Okay. So you're going to play your Blue Waters agent.
Yes. So I'm going to play that.
And then you flip your manta that's worth money.
Yeah. And
now you have 1 coin and you can grab the healer and he immediately goes into your hand.
Great.
Okay. And then this resupplies.
All these numbers at the bottom.
Okay. So that is the end of round 1. All right. So it is my turn. And I am going to use my Sea Lord because apparently I am all about buying locations. So now this is definitely this is a good example. So the Sea Lord is my main action. He is giving me the ability to buy things. If I go up here, this guy, if I raise him, I now have 2 additional gold. So I've got a total of 3 gold because I raised my location for 2 and I got the Sea Lord for 1. So now I have 3 coins. I'm gonna slide over here and I'm gonna buy this one for 3 and place it. And then there we go.
Okay.
And now it is Blue's turn.
And
oh, can I mention one more thing?
Sure.
So if you're looking at the green player board, when I have something like I've had the ability to buy something, I could use the gold that was on the card to do so. That was great. But now see on this one, it's blank. That one is stuck until I use a raise action to move it up. I can't actually just slide past that. It's blocked for now.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. There you go. Wanted to make sure I shared that.
Okay. I think I will play my seahorse. And I will scout, how do you do that? I'm going to move those.
All right. So see how there's this line on the board?
Yep.
So basically, imagine the cards follow the line. So they go here and then they get stuck unless something shoves them out. So then now they're empty. Now we just take 6 cards and we resupply here.
So you can still conquer these ones up here then?
Yeah. In fact, if you look, they're actually 1 cheaper to conquer. Only if you conquer. They're still full price if you're buying them.
Right. Yeah, that was my next question.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so now I got to see what and then my scout, I did the scout, I gain 1 power and I can conquer 1 location. I used my 1 extra power, so hopefully I got something I can do. But I also have the ones up here that are cheaper. So that doesn't help me much. That's a 2 and that's a 3 then.
Now, are there any shipwreck tiles up there? There is.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I was trying to look for. So I got a shipwreck tile that I can use my power for that.
And use your. Oh yeah, I totally missed that you had it on the
Yeah, that's why I got rid of everything because there was no shipwrecks
Totally.
left.
Yeah, no,
And,
totally a good idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna move this up one,
Yep, that gives you 2 power towards a shipwreck.
and then I got 1 power from my card, so I
Of
can get
course.
the shipwreck card.
So now
right?
you can add that. So that is a nice card. I actually like that card.
Yeah, it's hard to, little finicky here.
Yeah, there is a way to fix that, but unfortunately, I don't have the right editor's access to do so. So
And yeah, I like that because I can, well, I can score. It's going to be a while before I score something, right? That's what the
Well,
treasure does.
not necessarily. I mean, you could be scoring something by the next turn, but yeah, that's what the treasure chest does.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. And then this card just goes to my, wait, is there anything else he does? No, I got it. Okay, so then I just flipped him over here. He did not automatically turn. Maybe because I didn't do it the first time. It's not automatically going in there.
hold your hand like, so you're gonna hold and pause and don't move it around. Just give it a moment.
Okay.
Does it change color?
Yes, I saw the green. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. That's my turn. Thank you.
Thank you. Go red.
John, I'm looking at the 2 locations to the far right.
Okay.
And you have the little purple emblem in the middle bottom. What does that mean?
This one right here.
Yes.
So when you fully raise those locations, meaning they're all the bubbles have been used up and you're ready to score it, the moment it is fully raised, you then get a wild manta. If you look up to the top above the board, there are these wild mantas, and you want to get them because they give you more power and ability, but they sit up there until you've conquered and raised and then raised a land.
Right.
So you don't have to score it to get them. You get them when you fully raise it.
Okay. What are these little blue discs right here?
Those are advanced player options. If we didn't want to play with the 4 goals we have, we could put those in there. So like this one is, if you only have 1 card in your hand, which has to be Matrona, then you get to score, that sort of thing. These are a more advanced token, and they were on the board accidentally. So.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So, since we are also on a chat stream, which I apologize, I just remembered, there is a quick thing. Somebody asked what was different between the original Cosmodrome version of this and the current AW printing. So to answer that real quickly, there are fewer mantas, fewer wild mantas. The character deck was reduced by 1/3. And then also there were mantas that had the special ability to score a location, and those were also removed. So, and this was all feedback from Essen last year to help them figure that out. I believe I heard a question coming.
No, I was just going to see if I knew what I was doing. I'm planning on playing the Legionnaires card.
Okay.
And using, not that manta, this manta to give me a total of 4 power and the ability to conquer this location. Would that be right?
So you got that plus your 4 power, And then, yes, you have conquered that location.
Okay, so I slip it in over here.
Yep. Up to the first bubble. And I'm going to nudge it over just a little bit so you have room for your other cards.
Okay, and
So
so
there you go.
my Legionnaire comes over here
Discard
and
the Legionnaire.
discarded.
There you
And
go.
that Manta remains flipped over.
Yep. Now, when you use your Matrona card, that Manta will unflip.
Right. Okay, great. Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Let's go to yellow.
So you can use multiple mantras in a turn, or just
Yes. Yes, you can.
all right.
So, like in your case, you have a Manta that's excellent for volcano hunting. So you could use both that and the other Manta, and that gives you 3 points. But you first must play a character with the Conquer ability.
Right.
Make that work.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do I'm going to use the Legionnaire, and I'm going to conquer this land here.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's what I was eyeing.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, one of the coolest things of this game is sliding these cards into the boards, but it doesn't work so well in the Tabletopia.
Yeah, apparently, like there's a way I can unlock the board if I had the right permissions, and suddenly they become very easy to deal with. So
Gotcha.
apologies for the.
Oh, but I was just saying, it's really cool. What having played it, and then the other feedback, I was just thinking, when I played it in BGG last year with the other distributor, was the mantas were hard to read. The wild mantas,
Yeah.
the purple on the gray was really hard. And I don't know if the new version is better to read. I was curious on that.
You know what? If you want to look at your Zoom channel, I just got a couple of days ago, I got our final production sample in of the AW version, and we'll see if that helps. So see if I can make that.
Let me try to see if I can go right to the, oh, I can't seem to go to Zoom. But yeah, it looks better. I think it looks better. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel better about this version than the original in that regard. Definitely. So
yeah. I mean, I said I really liked it, but I really had a hard time seeing that. And then, but these moving the cards up the thing is really cool.
Yeah. Oh no, I that is one mechanic I thought was really interesting with it. Okay, I need to take a turn and stop slowing the game down. I think I want to. I really want to get. I want to buy some stuff, but I'm all out of characters who can buy. That's not helping me. I think what I'm gonna do is. I think I'm just gonna Matrona. So I'm gonna play the Matrona, and what she's gonna do is I get my cards back in my hand, all 2 of them, and then I get to flip my Manta back to ready to go, and then the Matrona comes back into my hand. Now, officially, I still have 7 cards, so I can't do anything more than that. So, my turn is over.
Okay.
Go to blue.
You're playing 2 players. Oh.
Well, the card, I mean, I have all these special fighting abilities against different types of lands, but
And they're
none of
not
those lands
available?
are out. And
That
I
is
already
a
used my
great-
scout to wipe it.
Well, then maybe it's a good time for you to Matrona as well.
Now I can buy one land. I see
Okay.
I can do one land because there's a cheap one out there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play my Sea Lord, gain 1 and buy a location. And I'm going to buy this location. Nope, wrong on this one. And I can't see exactly where it goes on the board there. Did I get that right?
Let me double check. You bought one, this one in the middle here.
Yeah.
Yep, that looks like you got it right.
Okay. Perfect.
Absolutely. Okay, Red, you're up.
Okay.
There's no ability to wipe the characters on the purchase thing, right?
No, there's no ability to flush the deck on that one.
And the grabber just gives you the ability to conquer 2 locations at in one turn, but
Yep.
doesn't give you any power, huh?
Yeah, if you've got a lot of power based on lands you've already collected, the grabber can be amazing, allowing you to grab 2 lands at once. So
Gotcha.
Okay, I think that I am going to, hold on here. Well, I think maybe I will take the grabber.
okay.
So to do that, I need to play my Blue Waters agent. Is that right?
Absolutely correct. That'll allow you to recruit a character, and then you get the grabber for free at that point.
Okay.
And the grabber goes into your hand,
Right.
and then I will move all these guys down for us.
Okay, wonderful.
And our new is the Meg. Oh.
Oh, I
love
remember
the
that
Meg.
one. I remember that one.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's
All right.
He does not play nice with others.
No.
All right. Are you done, Red?
what I think I am, but what else could I do?
Well, let me take a quick look at what you've got available for actions. You've got a raise 1 token, and you've got a raise. Okay, so here's an interesting thing if you want to do it.
Okay.
Until your turn, you could raise, see how you've got a raise 1 on this location here? You could push that up, and then you could flip the manta here, and then, so it would be giving up these 2 coins. You wouldn't get those, but then it would push this all the way ready to be scored, and it would give you that manta, that +1 wild manta. And wild mantas are good. So it's up to you. If there's a plan, you want to purchase something, then I wouldn't do this. But if you're not really thinking, hey, there's anything I really need to purchase, then I would totally consider that an option.
Okay, so help me understand the +1 on my location.
Okay, so this location has a 1 with an arrow next to it.
Right.
So what that says is if you use it, you're going to slide it up,
Okay.
So it's all used up. And now you may take any other location and you raise it one bubble, but you don't get any of the benefits of the bubble. So now we're at this stuck bubble that doesn't do anything. If we then
Right.
take this manta that also has the one with an arrow next to it,
Oh, right. Okay.
hold it over here for you, and
Right.
we flip it. Now we can do this again, getting a second bubble gone. And now that you've fully raised it and it's got the little manta icon, you automatically gain a free wild manta right now, which is
Okay.
worth a coin. So if you want to do that, that's how you would use that. But if you really had something, those 2 coins you gave up before, if there was something you really wanted to buy with them, then I wouldn't do this. So it's whichever way you'd prefer.
Okay.
Now those wild mantas, those aren't like one-time use. You get them for the rest of the game.
You get them for the whole game.
That gives you a +1.
Would
And
you like
the-
the wild manta then?
Right. Let me, now, could I have just used the manta and moved up this second location to get the wild manta without doing anything with the first location?
So that raise one only lets you raise one bubble at a time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I gotcha.
So if you'd only raised it one, then it wouldn't be enough yet. You would have just basically bypassed 2 gold, which honestly, that's good stuff for you. So
Okay, and to, okay. Well, I think that's so nice to know about that, but I'm gonna wait and maybe use that 2 gold.
no problem. Yeah, because if you use the 2 gold and then you use this raise one, that will get you the manta without using up anything else and without giving up that gold.
So,
Right.
so the question
Right.
I have is, can you use it to get the 2 gold, then use a raise to raise it, get the wild manta, and then use that 1 gold in the same turn?
Okay, let's see. I believe the easy answer is yes. Although that one, I would honestly want to double check a rule book. But the easy answer for that is yes, because normally this game tries to lean into how do you do craziness a little bit. Basically, the thing is you can play things before or after your card. So if you're if you're accumulating gold, you accumulate it as you play it. You know what? For the ease of just getting through this, I'm going to stick with my first answer, and I will start looking it up right now. And if I come up with a better answer, I will let you know.
Sounds good.
Now, on my turn, I can only play 1 card from my hand, right?
Right. Only 1 card from your hand, unless you have that special card that says you could play a second one. Like Saul the Great, which I believe is in Yellow's hand,
Right.
or the Healer is also one of those cards that would allow that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm set then.
Okay. All right. Go yellow.
Okay. So my location, if I bump it up, gives me 3 gold. Can I do that to play the healer and then use the 2 gold to buy something with it? Like, is it used like for the whole thing, or is it like only per action for the gold?
All right. Say that again. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna, with my location, I'm gonna get plus, if I use it, I get +3 gold. And then if I
So
spend,
you have to have a purchasable action first. So you play the healer,
right?
and now you spend the 3 gold.
So I will. So that lets me play any character from my discard pile, and then I will use the one to buy a character from my discard pile to buy the 1 in the 2 slot.
So okay, I'm just gonna walk through this with you. So you're playing the healer, you're spending the 3 here, which you're then going to, out of your discard pile, you're going to play the Blue Waters Agent to let you buy either the anglerfish or another healer.
Right, but I was wondering if that 3 gold, I mean, it doesn't really matter in this situation, but since I paid 1, does that 2 gold then carry over for me to spend down here? There, the one in,
Until the end of your turn, you will have that 2 gold. At the end of your turn, that 2 gold disappears.
okay, so I could take this 2 gold one then, technically.
Yeah, you could take the more expensive of the 2 anglerfish. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take one of these angler. It doesn't really matter which one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that and use and then bump that up 1.
Excellent. All right, I will. The Meg has become 1 coin cheaper. And there's another sneaky eel. Okay. All righty. That is. Are you anything else you'd like to do this turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. With my full hand available, I would like to bring out my sneaky. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my raise manta, and I'm going to raise my first location past that bubble that had stopped. Then I'm going to play sneaky eel, and then I'm going to raise this location, which is going to get me a +1 coin wild manta and 2 coins for my purchase. And then I'm going to raise this location to get +2 more coins. And that is going to give me, so I've got 2 for my sneaky eel, 2 for the first location, and 2 for the second location, a total of 6 coins. And sneaky eel allows me to buy a location. So I'm going to buy this 6 coin location here and bring it over to the board. And then I think that is my turn. That is my turn.
You sure you don't want to scout too?
Oh, I had the option. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I have no problem being a magnanimous player. So if I had scouted, it would have gone up here and taken one of those slots. And then I would have provided.
And you could have got that location for 1 less.
No.
It's only power.
Yeah, only power. So I'm doing this because I'm a benevolent leader of my underwater kingdom, and I wish to share the wealth with the rest of my underwater kings. So
awesome.
As I'm clearly the one hoarding the dollar signs over here. So, all right, I am done. Blue, please take a turn.
Okay. I had a question about the wild manta that you're talking about. Like a couple of my location cards will give me a manta once it goes to the bottom, but it's a specific manta. It's not like a wild, right?
Say that again.
So you've been talking
manta,
about getting wild manta.
Yes.
But it's still a specific ability on it. I can't just take any manta.
Right. It's the one that's listed on the bottom of the location that you're getting it from.
So by wild, it's just not your color.
It's just these locations we're going to. You're traveling through. You've consumed all the resources, and there's a manta there wanting to join your forces, but it doesn't actually become your color. It just stays that purple. So that's the wild manta is the term for the purple mantas.
Gotcha. And is there a way to get any manta from up there that is not at the bottom of your location cards?
No. The only way to get mantas from the top of the board are through locations.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. I mean, there's some good locations there, but maybe I should flip and not waste another turn right now. Because now finally I got some locations, well, some. not many. They're all at the bottom that I got to do, but I think I will play my Matrona.
Okay.
That will flip
The Manta, and then if you highlight your whole discard pile, draw a box around it, you can drag it down and bring it all into your hand.
Trying to do that without, oh, I have to shift.
Yeah,
I kept on moving the whole
right.
camera.
Okay, Red, it is your turn.
Okay.
And this comes back into my hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I think I would like to play my Sea Lord.
Okay.
And then I will move this one up and take the 2 coins.
Excellent.
So I've got 3 coins now. So with those 3 coins, I will buy.
Now, do you want a 4th coin, or is there a specific 3-coin card you really want?
Well, I know that I've got a Manta that would give me a 4th coin, which opens up a lot of these places to me.
Or there is a second way for you. You could actually get up to 2 more coins right
Oh, okay.
now, if you're interested. So that would get you up to a 5 card if you want a 5-coin card.
Right. Tell me how I would get 2 more coins. I don't
Okay.
know.
So if you go look at your cards here, your locations, remember you have the raise 1 location.
Right.
If you were to use that and push this location all to the top, you would then immediately get this +1 coin Manta. So you'd have another +1 coin Manta over here. You could flip both of them, getting 2 more coins.
Ah, okay. So then I would have 5.
Yes.
I gotcha.
If
Okay.
that 5-cost card is valuable to you. If that 5 cost is more headache than it's worth, then don't worry about it.
Right.
Although that 5 card, that's a pretty good looking card. So,
This one. This one. Yeah, maybe I'll do that then. Okay, so then I would do this. I would move that up.
here, I'll help you out there.
Oh, thank you.
Yellow will.
Okay, and that'll move that one up.
That one goes up. And let me go grab your new wild Manta for a +1 coin Manta. There it is. And now you have him. If you want, you could flip both of them, and then you'd have your 5 coins to purchase anything on the board with.
Okay, so I'll discard that. I'll flip that. And this one gets flipped.
Yep.
Okay, and then I can take this card.
Sky, which is a beautiful card. So I think that's a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, now I'm a little foggy on what happens to these two cards from here. I know that they're
Okay.
going to.
So in your hand, you have a card called Wave Teller. And it has an option of either 2 with a chest icon or 2 up arrows.
Yes.
2 chest icon is scoring. So if you use him for 2 of those, it would allow you to take 2 cards that are all the way raised, like these 2, and then it would dump them in your up in your treasure pile up here.
Okay.
And then they count as points for the end of the game.
Okay.
So right now, when they're sitting there, they're not worth anything. But if they get moved all the way up there, then they would be worth something, or they're worth the points that are in the lower left corner. There we go.
Okay, great. So that would end my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe you have done as much as you can do. You might be getting a little close to Matrona time.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to play the Seahorse and Scout.
Okay, so that is going to, since there's a full deck, then this gets dumped, that gets dumped. Come on, there we go. This will get flushed completely. This will get flushed completely. And then these 4 will arrange. And lastly, we will get 6 fresh lands. Up here. And there you go. You now have 1 power plus whatever you want to put into it to invade new lands.
Great. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. Oops. So I'm going to flip my 1 Conquer Manta and then my 2 Conquer. Oh no.
Perfect. Volcanoes.
Hold on. That actually just costs 3. Actually, I'm not going to do the 1, just the 2 cost. For
Okay.
Volcano. You can take this at the 3 cost.
Nice. Okay.
And then I think I'm going to flip my raise 1 to raise this up past the last one.
Okay. That is good stuff. All right. So if it's my turn, I'm going to keep it on the quicker side. I'm going to grab the Legionnaire, and I'm going to take this one's 4 strength, but he's -1 right now for being the top row, and I'm going to grab him and bring him into the fold of my kingdom. And there we go. Kai the Nimble is...
What's on this leaf location here? What's that arrow up with the green bar above it mean?
That is a raise completely. So that will take no matter how many bubbles are in the way, and it raises it all the way to fully raised.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Yep. Now, granted, you get none of the benefits of the bubbles you skipped. But
Right.
there you go.
You
All right.
can-
Green is done. Blue, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I am going to play my Legionnaire,
Okay.
which gives me 3 power.
Yep.
I'm going to raise my leftmost card up 1. That gives me an extra 2 power of
Against boats.
against yeah, the boats, the shipwrecks.
Oh wow, there are a lot of those on there. Good.
Yeah, finally. And so then I will get this 5 power shipwreck card right here. Is that right?
Let's see. Yes, that's 5. You've got 5. You could go for one of the 6s if you wanted.
Well, what other 6? I've been staring at these cards and then they got all wiped, so I'm trying to do it quickly.
No problem.
There is a 6. Okay, there is a
And
6.
all you have to do is flip your other manta. And
I
then you
could.
get
I
6.
could.
And that has that fancy raise fully power. Plus it has
Okay.
2 score powers. That's not
All right,
a
I'll
bad
take
card.
that one. I'll take that one.
Okay.
And make sure I've got that in the right spot there. Do I have that right?
If I have your permission, I will flip your manta for you.
Yes, please.
Done.
And then this guy
Go to
goes.
the discard. Nice. Good play. That's a good card. I was eyeing that one too. So
Well, I was making my game plan, and then we got rid of all the cards. So I had to
somebody
kinda come up-
flushed.
and I liked that you flushed. That was good, but I had to come up with a new one fast, and I didn't want to let you guys hang in too
No
long.
worries. No worries. Red, you're up.
Okay, I think that I will play my wave teller.
Okay.
And
So scoring both of those.
right, so I will
Very
score
nice.
that one and that one. Oops.
There you go.
Ah,
You just hold it still over them and it should drop on them.
okay.
Does the scoring go up immediately, or is it at the end of the game?
You're not required to tell everybody your score, so these are really for end of the game.
Okay.
Okay, yellow. I believe you're going.
Yeah, I am going to unflip. I'm going to play a Soul the Great, so I'm going to unflip all
Oh,
my,
nice. Nice.
and then I'm not going to scout this time.
Aw.
Well, I need to make sure I can buy. Well, I could. Let's see. This one would get knocked out. That one I kind of want. So I'm gonna play my Sea Lord,
Okay.
gain 1, and then I'm gonna flip my +1
So
coin.
now you have 2 coins.
And well, that's I think I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Anything else with your turn?
no, does not look like that.
Got it. All right. My turn. What am I in the mood for? I would like.
Now,
Yes.
what is this section with the 4 called something different than this section with the pile?
Yeah,
the-
this doesn't count as discard. I'm not sure what I'll look up the specific game term here, but
No, that's okay. This pile here is technically the discard.
yeah, it's that pile there.
Okay, that's actually kind of perfect. Okay, cool.
And yeah, they just call it top row and bottom row. And then the discard pile is a separate term. So that the angler would mainly care about that.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, it would be nice if they had like be able to look in the deck without actually taking it apart.
Yeah, hang on, I think there is a way. Hang on. Since you've got the angler, what I'm gonna do, give me a second. There it is. I want to take 4 cards and I will move them, and we'll just start putting the discard over here. That way you can see what's in there and go fishing if you want to play with your anglerfish.
Perfect.
So, no problem. I totally get the challenge there. So, okay, I want to attack something. Yes, I do. I'm gonna play my seahorse, but I do not want to. I do not want to actually. Oh wait, no. I don't want the seahorse. Sorry. I want my sea lord. Kai the Nimble will never attack a region. He will only buy. So I gain 1. I want 3 more coins, I think. So I'm gonna move that up. I'm gonna move that to the bubble. And that gives me a total of 4. So I'm gonna grab.
Dang it, that's the card I was looking for.
Oh, so sorry. It had this pretty little manta on the bottom and I really wanted it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
The Sea Lord does not go back on his deals. Kai the Nimble would totally negotiate with you, but the Sea Lord, he's really rigid that way.
That you just that location.
How are you able to buy that location when it's all power?
I'm sorry, what?
How were you able to buy that location when it's a power thing?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I got you. It's a minus power. Got you. You were able to buy it with coin. Got you.
I had 4 coins, so I bought it there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, I did.
With that location, when you use that 2 raise, you can do it you can use it on its location as well to go past that.
No. You can never use the powers on the locations that they're on.
Okay.
So yeah, he's kind of stuck there until I find a
different one.
Yeah. However, what I'm gonna do is, so this guy goes to the discard. Then I'm gonna use this power on this card, the little pull 1 card out of my discard. And I'm gonna use this card as well to pull another card out of my discard. Give me a second here. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna take my sneaky eel back as soon as it stops. There we go. I'm putting sneaky eel back in my hand. Oh. And I'm putting the Sea Lord that I just used back in my hand. Since I've got this raise 2, I'm going to go ahead and push that up. And then I'm going to raise that card 1 and that card 1. And then the last thing I think I'm going to do for this turn is I've got this manta right here. Since I've got 5 cards on my player board, I'm going to put this manta on the 5-card goal slot over here.
Oh, you got me on that one then too.
Oh, did I say 5-card goal slot? I meant, oh, that's all I can do. I'm so sorry.
I had a super turn planned where I was going to do all that, but you took the card and then you took the manta spot.
Now I'm
it's all right.
A terrible person.
No,
and then the last thing I'm going to do, oh, no. I think I am done. So I am done ruining future people's turns. I apologize.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
See if I
Blue.
can manage something out of this now. It's not nearly as impressive as I was planning.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So I'll play my seahorse and my no, wait, yeah. Yeah, because I got the wrong, yeah, because another card got taken that I wanted. The one that gives me two shipwrecks. I'm gonna flip that. And then I'll take this card. I'll make sure I got the right card there. That's 3 power. And so between the 1 and the 2 there, I'm able to do that and put that there. And then I had all 5, so I was going to use my manta, give up this manta here to go here to give me some victory points. And then I was going to have now, can I use a power on the card? No, wait, never mind. I'm going to use this. I'm going to shift this up 1, which allows me to shift a card up to the top. So I'll shift this card up to the top.
And that gets you a raise 1 manta. So I will go grab the wild manta for you.
Okay, thank you. Because that's the manta I gave up. See, I was the raise 1 manta because I
Nice.
knew I was going to get one.
No, that's a good way to do it. There's your fresh and happy raise 1 manta.
And then I will raise this one up to score this card.
Beautiful. Yep.
I mean, I had all this planned. Would have been better.
It's not terrible yet.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to see my cards. This one.
Okay, can I be obnoxious and
Sure.
help? Okay,
Yeah.
so this right here, this raise 2, this can be split to 2 different cards, right?
Okay.
So you push this up, you push this guy up 1, this guy up 1, then these 2 right here are finished. Then
Okay.
you take this one
Yep.
and push this guy up the last one, you get another manta, and now you're ready to score 2 more cards, which puts a total of 3 cards in your score pile, which allows you
To
to
get
get
me another manta.
another manta up
That's
top.
exactly what I was planning on doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But which
I am
manta
guilty
do I
of
use to score
loving the
with?
change.
So help me manage all that.
Okay, so first we're going to take this
Reward
card, we're
that.
going to fully raise it.
Okay.
So it's now fully raised. Hooray. We're going to use the raise 2 power to raise this by 1 and raise this by 1.
Yep.
Then we're going to raise this 1 giving us a raise 1 power, which
Yep.
we're going to take up here,
Yep.
which is immediately going to get us the +1 attack manta.
That's one attack.
I will go grab it. Here it is, coming down. And we put it over here. And then we take this. You've got 2 scoring possibilities here. So we
Right.
score once. And normally I always score the highest first.
Okay.
So we put him up here.
Yep.
And then we use the second scoring ability to grab this one. Now you can't use it on this card because it can't be used on itself.
Gotcha.
And we put that up here.
Yep.
And now you technically have 3 cards. You pick one of your blue mantas that you want to give up and put it on the collected 3 treasure cards.
All right. I got to figure out. So
Oh, this is even worse than I thought. Do you want to give up another blue manta right now? Because you now have 2 wild mantas.
Yeah, so she can
She
go
can
over
do
there.
it.
too.
so I could take that too.
And you'd have 16 points that just got dumped into your lap
But then I'd be giving up 2 blue mantas, but that's okay.
Okay.
We also wanna wait
Have you recruited any characters yet?
No.
If you recruit a character on your next turn, you will be able to Matrona
And
that
get 8.
on the following turn, and you can get the last manta slot filled, and
And
you
then
can end the
trigger
game.
the
And I'm not trying to end the game early for
Right,
any reason
sure.
other than
Wow.
that really gives you an advantage on points. You will have dominance based on the
Right.
goals.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. I
Is it-
calculate myself.
And I have to use the turquoise mantas. I'm gonna just flip this guy just so I can
Yeah,
remember what he
Yeah,
is.
you have to use your favorites.
Plus 1 counter. So I will put that, where was that? The +3 treasure right here.
Yep. Right there.
And then,
And I'm just gonna flip them over when they're up there so they're easier to see.
oh yeah. And then I can't do the other thing until I get the recruit, right?
Right, but you could.
Oh,
if
I
you
can do the
want,
wild ones.
You can do the wild ones right now, which, to be fair, other people are potentially close to getting another wild manta. That other
All
people.
right, so I will do, that's right here? No,
Yes. Nope, you had it right.
I had it right? Okay, and then we can flip that. I didn't want to get rid of that, but I have to keep the coin one, I think, because I do not have any. I have a power and I have a raise, but I don't have any coins, so I have to do that. Okay, I think that's all.
Wow.
My turn.
You were worried about not being epic enough on your turn. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, thank you. That's
No
what's
problem.
cool about this game is all of the.
I am super guilty about loving a good chain of events. Like
Yeah.
I try to stay out of the games, but both of the other games I've run of this today, I've seen good chains, and I'm like, here, let me help.
Yes.
Worst demoer ever. I realized.
I was gonna hold out to keep, to use those powers on those cards, but it's better
Yeah.
just to get the points. Yeah.
Well,
that's
especially
better.
if you're gonna end the game in 2 turns.
Yeah. Sorry,
So,
guys.
all right, Red, you are up.
Red's turn.
I think I've got to Matrona.
Let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Okay, so if I play the Matrona,
Then
then,
you just flip your mantas
right, then I
the
can,
right side up. That one's good. These 2 are good. So you just flip these 3. Yep. And then you just pull this deck of cards back into your hand, pull the Matrona back into your hand, and you're good.
okay, so. Is there a way to pick up the whole deck at once?
If you hold down on the shift and draw a box around all of the cards with your mouse, like click and drag, it'll it'll highlight all the cards, and then you can drag that whole pile into your hand.
Right, okay.
If you're going outside of the.
Okay, how do I drag it into my hand? I need to
Make it
go like that.
try. It's just I'm not sure what's that's weird. I don't know what's going on.
We're having a hard time pulling them into my hand.
Let's see. Okay, here. Let me, if I may, I'm going to help a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put them all into one deck for you. All right, so what you're gonna do is start up in the, hold down on the shift, then click with the left mouse button, drag a square around it. Wait.
I'm sorry.
So start up in the upper corner here, hold
Okay,
down on the shift,
okay,
left click and draw a square around the deck,
okay.
let go, and now pick up the deck and drag it into your hand. When it glows at the bottom of the screen, then drop. Okay, you might have gone too far. If you go too far down on your screen, the glow will go away.
Yeah, there's no. It's, still like. Hold on. Yeah, it's not.
Is it not glowing at the bottom, like you're not able to pull into your hand?
No.
Okay, try refreshing tabletop.
Okay.
It'll drop you out for a moment, but we know where you're at. And yellow, if you want to go ahead, as soon as I get back, I'll work to get this all together so they can scoop it up easy.
I'm just gonna. Whoops. I'm gonna Matrona. Oops. I need to do. So this. So I can unflip this.
I showed that Lolly went offline. Is that okay? The red character.
On Tabletopia, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's just resetting to see.
Gotcha.
All right, so I got all mine back, and I got 9. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna snag that up there
Yep.
because I need to get some points.
Yeah. I totally hear you. This game is not long for this world, so.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to end it next turn because
Yeah.
I recruit and then I have to Matrona.
Right.
It's
That
2
that
turns.
will get you. So basically, everybody has 3 turns to try and help defend against you having all the points there in the middle. So okay, if yellow's done, just double checking red. Are you able to if you bring it to the bottom of your screen, maybe just try with, yep, slowly, and then it should start to glow your color.
It's not doing it. It's weird.
Man,
Let me try.
huh.
Oh, you still have cards in your hand. That's why. All right, we got it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
Her hand was hidden. And we didn't notice.
Oh, no worries. Okay. So
Right.
I need to.
Matrona just unflips all the matches and gets your stuff back.
oh, okay.
Need to get this moving. How to best do that? I need to get some points on the board. That is really what I want.
You could have done what you did.
How did you have?
I had 8.
Oh yeah. So do you want to do it? Yeah, push me down.
All right. I think I'm gonna wave teller, and I'm gonna use his raise 2 power, and I'm gonna take this up 1. And I'm gonna take this up 1. Then I'm going to, now that he's done, I'm putting him on the discard. Now I'm going to use the score ability of this card to score this guy right here. Then I'm going to raise this guy 1. And then I'm going to use his ability to give me a free character from the character row. I think I'll grab the researcher. Yeah. I grabbed the researcher for free. And then I also have a manta that's a raise 1 manta coming to me. Okay. I now have 2 mantas and 2 wild mantas in my hand, so I'm going to give my attack manta over there. I am so far from having that. I had that. I need 8 cards in hand, which will happen on my next turn. Okay. All right. I believe I am done.
All right. I will recruit. No surprise there.
So you could get the anglerfish if you spent a manta, or the healer if you didn't.
Right. I don't think it matters
It
much.
really doesn't at the moment.
I'll just take the healer. It goes into my hand. It goes into my discard. That's it.
All right.
Okay. Here's a question I've got. I'm gonna, when I move this card and I get 2 coins, can those accumulate, or they all have to be used on 1 turn?
They all have to be used on 1 turn.
Okay. I'm going to move this up and
Okay.
get coins, and then I'm going to flip my manta.
The coin manta here.
This one.
The one to raise it.
Okay.
To raise it. So it will get me past so I'll flip that.
Yeah.
That will get me past the stuck one. And then I can go up again. So I have 4 coins total.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to then use my Blue Waters agent.
Okay.
And waste a coin and take
The egg.
Egg.
Nice.
It's a good one. Oh, we didn't shift it down. You don't have we didn't shift it down.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
So you can pay 1 less for Meg. It only cost you 2.
2. In that case, I would not have done this. I will put this back to having just used 1.
Okay.
And I will flip my manta back over. Okay. So I now have,
So you had 2 coins, and the Meg would have been in the 3 slot.
Oh, the Meg would have been in the 3 slot. So I still need to do that. Oh, I could use my manta coin. That's just one thing. Let me find it. Yeah, so I'll flip this one, not that one. Okay, that one. And is that the right card? Yes, that'll come over here.
Yep. And then the Meg goes into your hand.
Okay, so now what am I doing wrong here? All of these things need to come into my hand.
Your hand's gone, so you have to bring it
I
back.
have to bring it back. Okay, and then I gotcha. Okay.
All good?
No, not quite. I think also,
You have some stuff.
yeah. I think I'm going to end up with 8 cards in my hand eventually here.
Well, you already scored that.
Can I score it again or no?
No, she hasn't scored any of the goals yet.
I did, because the time when I matroned and we were having trouble and I restarted and we went ahead to Yellow's turn. I had 8 cards, so I chose to do what he did and beat him to it. So I put one of my mantas up there and
I
he
think you
moved.
put the wrong manta, because I think that's a wild manta, not a red manta.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you have to put one of the red mantas, but there you go. Luckily, only one person had that, so no confusion.
Yep.
You
okay.
to choose one of
I was looking at that but I didn't know what everybody's symbol was, but I was suspecting that was one of the wilds.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. In that case, I would have used this +1 manta instead of that +1 manta. So could I just flip the special manta and then put this one in its place?
Yep, that would be totally fine.
Okay. Now at this point, before his turn, I still have 8 cards in my hand, so I could choose to put another one there and get 3 points, right?
You can only score a goal once.
Oh, you can only score a goal once. Okay.
So you've got that. You want to go towards these other goals.
Okay, this one is 5 locations. This one is, what are these 2 on?
Wild mantas, and then 3 locations in your scored pile.
Okay, gotcha.
So you need 1 more location to score, or you need 4 more locations along the bottom, or 1 more wild manta.
Gotcha. So the locations you've scored don't count towards the 5.
No.
Okay.
They have to be 5 sitting in there at once.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Good turn.
Yellow.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm going to play my Legionnaire, and I'm going to bump my location up to use that bubble to get another +2 to be able to take this 5/1.
I will stop looking at buying that one then.
I know. How many times has that happened to me?
That's
You have a whole other section of stuff you can buy from.
Yeah.
Now, why are you dealing with the discard? You paid for the card.
Yeah. I mean, I got 1 more turn left at least.
Oh, fair enough.
I want to take from the ones that are public that you guys have access to.
Oh, yes.
It's good strategy. Good stuff.
All right. You done or?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I am going to bring out, gosh.
Get my 5th one in this squad.
I think I'm going to bring out the Sea Lord. Or actually, it doesn't matter. I'm going to bring out the Sneaky Eel. So he has a scout option. So I'm going to go ahead and use that because that's just going to do this. Is there anything amazing? Wow. There is almost nothing of use. Almost. All right. Then he gains 2. I went the wrong direction. That's fine. Whatever. All right. I'm going to slide this one up to give him 2 more. And I'm going to grab, I get a manta that is a +2 coin manta, but he's not going to see much battlefield time. And then I'm going to use my 4 gold to buy this one. And I'm going to put it right there. And I've got a raise 1 manta. So I'm going to flip my raise 1 manta to move that up 1. And then I'm going to use that discard to grab the wave teller back into my hand. And the sneaky guy goes back into the discard. And I've really got no other big shenanigans. Do I qualify for anything? What am I waiting on? Oh, I got to score cards. Ugh. Nope, I'm good. This is going to be a rough end here. So that is as much as I can do.
Well, I'm going to surprise you, I think, because I'm not going to end it.
What?
Because I've got 2 cards I can score that are going to give me a lot more points than putting my points out there.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to play Wave Teller to score these 2 cards that are just ready to pop. And that's 8 points.
Got it.
So I'm going to grab and put those cards in my score pile. I'm trying to grab them. And I think that's all that, yep, that's all the Wave Teller does. So I will discard that. My turn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to play Meg.
Oh, and we all have to discard.
Yes, everyone has to discard a character.
It cannot be the Matrona, but
I was just about to ask.
all right, just so everybody's aware, normally I keep very tight to the timeline, which ended at 6. But if you guys have time, I have a little bit of time left. I don't have to be anywhere. If you have an event starting at 6, I'd hate for you to miss it.
I'm good to go.
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Okay. We'll wrap this game up. I think we're very close to the end. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt that was in my best interest to do that before I did the last thing.
Yeah. No, I totally get you.
And with the 3, I'm going to take this card. And I will also use this manta to raise 1. And I will raise this one 1.
Yep.
Yep.
And then this
Very nice.
here.
Good play. Meg's being stubborn, isn't she?
You just hold it in place until the color beneath it changes.
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna play angler fish.
What?
What do you mean what? I'm
Now?
gonna take this 6 one, this one here.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm gonna since I have 5 here, I'm going to
grab the 5 points. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to push this up and score this location.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my manta to push that up. And then I'm going to use this to push to totally raise.
Oh, this is how games go awry.
And then I'm going to use that to score.
Okay. So
this.
hang on. You get 2 wild mantas. You get a +1 power manta and a +1 raise manta.
Perfect.
So there's that. And there's that. Way to
Perfect.
pull the wild mantas out of nowhere.
Yeah. So then I will score the wild mantas one.
Nice.
And then
Nice.
I'm going to push this up again to score this 6-point location.
Okay.
Come on. There we go.
You
And
almost clean sweeped it. Almost.
yeah,
Yep.
I did it right then. I just needed to score one more. All right. Well, I guess that's my turn. As uneventful as it was.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
totally. You didn't do anything. That turn was totally lame.
It was
Uh,
awesome.
Almost as lame as Blue's turn too.
so when someone like reaches like the end game status, do we all like how many like you finish out the round, or you do like that round and another round, or how does that go?
No, we each get 1 turn, including the person who does the end game condition.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
even as the first player, if you don't end it, you would get another turn.
Right.
Okay.
Then I should have done it. If I'd known I was going to get another turn at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay.
So you can score that.
All right. I use the wave teller and grab those points, which I can now take. I'm going to take this one, and I now gain those 5 points. And that is it for my turn. Okay. It's back to you, Blue.
All right. Playing Matrona. Grab all these discards back into my hand. I've got 8 cards in my hand now. So I will take my last manta, put it there, flip that. Now I know what you mean by the flip. I thought you meant the other side. I got it now. Which triggers the end game.
Okay. Once your turn is over, we all get 1 more turn, and then it's game.
Okay, so now I need to, are you done now, Laurie?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I was just pulling my Matrona back in my hand. Yep.
Okay, so I need to figure out how I can score some points. Because
Okay.
this is the last turn. And so I either need to get 5 locations so I can place a manta, or I
So
need one.
Be a little careful worrying about those mantas, because right now they're only worth 3 points apiece.
Okay,
So if you've got this card here that's worth 6 points. Now you've only got the 1 turn to deal with it though. But if there's a way you can use this card that's only get this 6-point card into your pile, that is worth way more than getting a single batch of mantas.
right, okay.
So
But I need to jump 3 things and be able to score it.
yeah. What cards are in your hand right now?
I've got the Legionnaire. I've got the Seahorse, the Grabber. I've got the Sea Lord. I've got the Wave Teller. So that could take that person up 2. But I think I've already used my Raise 1 Manta, right? Yep.
I'm looking. If there were a card that was more expensive in the location area that cost more coins, that had a score icon, I would recommend that based on the cards you've got in front of you, but I don't see it. There's only one and it's relatively inexpensive, so you wouldn't be able to slide it through and get that, because yeah, getting that scored is the real problem. You know what? At this point, I have to take back what I said. If we can't get that 6-point card scored, then the best thing we can do is try and get some manta action going. If
Right.
you were to, do you have your scout, your seahorse in your hand?
Yes.
Okay. You could play the seahorse. Well, no, hang on. My brain, how do we get you a fully raise action?
Because if to get the angelfish, I have to use an action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, you have, man, this is a puzzler. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Now I see what the value of that angelfish is. I didn't think of it before. Yeah. Or the
Yeah.
anglerfish.
Yeah, because that would definitely get you. So here's what we can do. We can roll the dice, or we can get you a guaranteed 2 points. What do you feel more comfy with?
Well, how do you get a guaranteed 2?
So if you play, so each card in your hand at the end of the game is worth 2 points. So right now you have two cards in your discard. So
Right?
that would automatically, you play Matrona, that comes back into your hand. You have a guaranteed 2 additional points for the end of the game.
Okay, gotcha.
But if we could find a way to get a card fully raised, and it's a real long shot. My other idea would be to play a card that scouts so that you wipe this part of the board and get 6 new options, and maybe something in there would be amazing, but I don't know. So it's a real gamble if you go that route. So I can give you the 2 points for sure, or I might be able to help you come up with 6 more points, but the cards would have to come up just right for you.
Okay.
So
I'd have to get something that would allow me to raise something, right?
right, you'd want something that gives you the option to fully raise, and it would have to be somewhere in this deck because there's nothing else visible here that does that.
Well, I'm far behind, so let's give it a go.
Roll the dice. All right, so you're going to want to play a card with the scout ability.
So that's the seahorse, right? In my hand.
You got it.
Right.
So, okay, so this gets flushed to discard, to discard. This one will end up in the discard. And then these will come around. And here we go. Do we roll well? Not yet. Oh, come on. Oh.
That's
Oh, hey, right there. What's that guy do? Okay. This guy right here on the end requires 7 power to take him out. Can you generate 7 power?
Well, or can I? Oh, I have to conquer. I can't purchase.
Right, yeah, because of that. So you could get 2 power from that. Oh,
1 power
so
on the
close.
seahorse, right?
So 5 power, you're too shy. Oh, if that was a volcano, if that was a shark fin right there on the bottom of the card, you'd totally have it, and you'd be able to score in all sorts of crazy ways.
Well, because I've got 2 power from moving that one up, and then I've got 2 power if it were a shark. That's 4. Where were you? And then I get 1 from the scout. That's 5.
Yeah.
I see.
The only card that would help you get those points is this guy right here on the end.
Right.
Because he's got a raise 2 and a score right behind it. That's a great card.
Right.
But if you're, because you're scouting off of that, he's 7 points to defeat. And the best I can get you to right now with what I'm seeing is 5 points.
Right.
We tried.
Yep.
Noble.
Good try.
It was almost epic. All right. At that point, I would say there's nothing more I can do. I mean, you can purchase. Let's definitely go through the exercise and get you a card. What about this guy? Can we do 6 points, or is he a? He's not a shark fin.
Well, you can do both of the ones on the right. No, you can do the second one from the right.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about the guys?
That. Oh. Man, so close. That was the card we needed. We just didn't have enough attack power. All right. So pretty much anything that has a 5 cost, you can grab. So if there's anything that looks pretty at this point, go ahead and grab it. You are not going to be able to score it, and it's not going to be worth points. But
Okay.
yeah.
I'll take this one.
Okay. All right. And that is pretty much the end of the turn for there.
And to do that, I did, I used the 1.
Yeah, you would have gone up 2 there,
We have gone up to here.
and then you would have flipped over your shark fin guy.
Right. Oh, that was a shark card, wasn't it?
Yes, it's got a little shark fin on it.
So that you can flip this.
Okay.
shark one to the-
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah.
It was a good try. I love the noble try. All
Yeah.
right, Yellow, you're up.
All right. So let's see here. Okay. Where's my hand? Let's find- I think. Okay, I need to think this through here for a second. If I can get him, then I can push 2 up. 1, 2. I can score 1. I can push him. I think that's, I can push. Okay, so I'm just going to use my Manta to push this up 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to score both of these.
Great.
And then I'm going to put my Manta into here, because now I have 4. That's not my Manta. That one. All right.
All righty. For my final amazing turn, in which I will scoop the game clearly, I am just going to Matrona and get my Manta and bring that all into my hand. And with that, I have a hand of 8 cards. So I will get my amazing 3 points right there. All right. And I believe Blue, you have your last turn.
I don't know that there's much I can do.
Oh, wow. You're actually in a bad way because
Yeah.
if you have to play a card, which you have to,
Oh,
you actually lose a. Oh, no, play Matrona.
I'll play Matrona. See, if I had known I was going to get another turn, I would have ended it before and then played that. The wave teller to score those. I didn't know I got another turn at the end.
But to be fair, the wave teller would have been out of your hand and you would have lost the point.
Right.
So
Right.
you really maximized this way.
Matrona and then
And
back to my
back to your hand. Okay.
I can't score any of those, I don't have enough.
All right. So end of the game, we have to total up from 3 areas. You want to total up any of the cards in your treasure pile, in your scored pile. And you can use the little the little score modifier button there if you want to if you want the help with the math.
So how do you do that?
You left click on it, I think.
You double click and it'll pop up.
Okay.
And then when you modify it, it'll modify it, and then it tells you how much it increased or decreased, so you can do it incremental.
So there's that. And then you total up your goal mantas. And then the last thing you do is you add the number of cards in your hand.
A little bit better than I expected.
Yeah, you did fine.
8, 5, and 3.
Yeah, so you have 6.
So I get 20.
I think I did that right, but I'm not 100%.
Okay, let me, I'll take a quick look. We've got 10 plus 8 is 18 points on the board or on your lands. Then we've got 16 plus 8 is 24. So 18 plus 24 is 32. Or no.
Yeah.
42. There we go. And then how many cards are in your hand right now?
8.
All right, then yes, you did it correct.
42 plus 8, so should it be 50?
Oh, sorry, 50. Wow, yeah, wow, my brain.
I messed up.
I might be at the end of my my shift. I apologize.
I know, that's okay.
There you go, 50, right there. Okay, and there's our spread. Very nice. So I hope you enjoyed it. So important notes, we currently have, while the base game will not be available in stores until late October, I believe right now it's October 28th, we do have copies available right now in the GenCon shop for $45 a piece. Additionally, we were able to, there were 2 promo king cards that came out when the original game was released. We were able to get some copies of that, and any copies you buy from GenCon will have those 2 king cards from the Essen trade show last year.
Nice.
That will be with them. So if you enjoyed it, I hope you did. That's what I can offer. So.
Awesome. Do we need a special code or anything to?
Nope. If you buy the unit in the GenCon shop, it will have the promo cards.
Perfect.
So how long does a game usually typically last?
The game time is typically 60 minutes when you're not just learning the game.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and usually because you almost every game I've seen, once people are comfortable with the mechanics, somebody is always racing for, oh, I'm going to get the 4 mantas and go. You know, the 4 goal mantas up top. Now, if that happens too much, you whip out these other goal tokens and you can make it a little more challenging to strive for that. Now, it's still several months out, but there is an expansion coming called Cold Waters that has a board that replaces the entire goal area. So that's something else to consider. But that'll be, if we're lucky, that'll be sort of late fall when we'll be able to have that available out there. But to be fair, the the main attraction for the expansion is going to be the 5th player. Being able to have this game out to 5 players definitely helps the enjoyment factor for me. But
Right.
no, there we go. So
So you said it's going to be, if you don't buy it from the GenCon store, it's the end of October?
October 28th is the current scheduled release date.
Well, it was a rough first game for me, but it was super fun. Thank you, John, and
Well,
thanks.
I'm glad. I'm really glad you were all able to play, and I sent a message to Julie. So hopefully, if she gets a
She
chance,
was actually watching us on the Twitch channel when she got back.
oh, nice, that's awesome. Hopefully,
But
she'll
they
be able
cut
to
it off
join us.
before the end, so she's like, "Who won? Who won?"
Oh, they cut off before the end.
Yes.
Oh, what's up with that? No.
Well, you can proudly tell her you were the victor. That's awesome.
I already have. But it was really nice playing with you people. Thank you. And John, you're an excellent teacher. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for letting Matt jump in. Thanks.
Yes. All right. You guys take care and have a great show. I hope to hopefully try out our smartphone game tomorrow if there's availability. It's the same. It came from Cosmodrome, but we're producing it for the US. That's another fun one that I really enjoy. Both of the ones from Cosmodrome, I really have a good time with. So anything we can do there for you.
Sorry, what was the name again?
The other game is called Smartphone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, no, we just got that. Our shipment just arrived, and that'll be in store soon. But we again have copies of that for Gen Con as well. So,
Perfect.
all right. Well,
Perfect.
thank you all very much. I hope you have great dinners tonight. Unfortunately, it won't be luxurious out at Gen Con dinners, but hopefully it will be luxurious at home dinners for you.
Sounds
So,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.